Wake up, Jacob. Israelite Prepper here. Well, I'm standing here right now. I'm in my kitchen. Standing here in the kitchen, and it is pretty. It's pretty bare. Right? There's everything out of the cupboards. Everything's out. Okay. Out. Okay. Out. Got some freezer bags. Empty. Empty. I think you guys get the picture. Empty, empty. Clear all that out. Hardly anything in the pantry, the fridge there. Hardly anything's in the pantry. Those shelves are pretty bare right there. There's really nothing there. And I still have a couple of days to be here. My living room, all my nice stuff in my living room. Look at this. Look at all the nice stuff in my living room. Nothing. Nothing. Nothing's there. Okay. My wife, my Shire, her craft room. Look at all the crafts. Look at all that. Look at the crafts. Yeah, crafts room's right there. Look at that. All those crafts everywhere. Right? Then my studio up front. Okay, there's steps there, but my studio, I'm down to my computer. Nothing on the walls. Nothing. See, here's the thing. Here's the thing. One of the things, I'm just going to have a seat right here. Just have a seat right over here so I can talk to you guys real quick. Let's just see here. All right. There we go. So, the reason, I'm doing this video is because I wanted to make sure that I am a doer of the word during this transition. I want you guys to kind of see the journey. Shalom, shalom, by hearing and hearing by. Shalom, sister. But I wanted to, show you guys, because what we have in Israel is we have a lot of talkers, right? Just talk. Now, I want you to think about it for a second. When you come to the knowledge of the truth, and you realize I've been deceived by the pastors and this whole idea of Christianity and stuff like that, you realize you've been deceived, and you're like, man, this is crazy. This is IF inherited lies. This is crazy. And you realize that, and then you move on to the truth, and you start getting with people, try to fellowship with other people, or you get online, you join some groups, look at some YouTube videos, things like that. And you start to learn it. Then after you've been in it for a while, you start to see that even in our Hebrew brethren, even in the knowledge, even those who are awake, okay, as we like to say, they do a lot of talking. Some, believe me, hey, they know scripture. They do their thing. They know scriptures. They can do gymnastics through those scriptures. They can do that. But then you have to ask yourself, are they doers? What about their fruit? Are they bearing fruit? Now, as you guys know, I have a teaching, online teaching ministry, Found of Israel YouTube, and I teach lessons. And you can go back, shalom, brother David. Awesome having you. I do I do teaching. I teach lessons, on Found of Israel. And you can go back and look, and you can see I've been teaching it for a number of years, just teaching little lessons and stuff like that. Got some clarity on particular doctrines and things like that. And after a while, you start to feel like you're just talking, right? So I'm just teaching. Oh, okay, cool, brother. Okay, you're gonna be typing. Okay, no problem, brother. No problem at all. Just talking about this transitioning. But when you teach for a while, you're like, okay, but am I doing? Okay, because I do believe that the words on the page in that Bible needs to be embedded in us. It needs to be embodied by us. We should be able to tell what someone believes by just watching their conversation, just watching what they do, how they live. And believe me, I'm not saying I'm perfect in any way, shape, form, or fashion whatsoever, because I am not. Believe me, I'm trying. I'm striving, and that's why I love the fact that I'm linking up with some brothers who we can help each other. And I see them as doers. Like some of them are already out there, right? You know, Brother David's out there, brother over at HOQ's out there. You know, following Yeshua, they're out there. They're doing their thing, right? They're doing it, doing it, doing it. So I don't mind listening to them because they're doers. They're doing it, right? So I've been teaching and I've been hearing in my last component that three-prong attack is doing. I want all three. I want all three. I don't want to just listen to someone teach. I don't want to just sit there and teach and talk and not do. Okay, deceiving my own selves. My own self. I have to. I got to do something. And of course, the scripture was saying, you know, no man having, you know, lost houses and lands, wife, children, all that. What the Messiah was saying. I say that to say because yeah, I have lost wife, and I am forsaking this house. Right? I don't hate the house, but I'm forsaking this house. I am forsaking the land that I have here in Arizona, in North Arizona, because I just don't feel like I changed my mind. I don't feel like that it's for me and my family to be here. I think I need to be among the brethren. So it's gonna take it takes a big decision. You know, you have to be able to make a big decision, but that is one of the marks of leadership: being able to make big decisions and live by it, stand by it. Whatever you decide, you stand by it. You figure it out. So that's what I plan on doing. You know, I make a big decision. Say, you know what? Hey, I'm gonna go take a look at the Ozarks. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna take some of this money I have saved up and I'm gonna buy a trailer. Okay, travel trailer, something like that. So that's what it's gonna take. That's what it's gonna take for all of us. If you decide you're gonna do something, you decide you're gonna get out, you decide you're gonna come out of her, my people, and you're gonna take a stand. It's gonna take you, being a man, it's gonna take you to forsake a few things, and it may take you to lose a few things. I've told you in other live streams. You know, I know men come into the faith and they lost their children, they lost their wives, they lost it. Okay, just because you want to do what you have to do. I said in that video, I said, you know, all women can be ride or die chicks until they find out the destination. Till they find out, hey, we're about to be off grid. You know, we're about to rough it. We're not gonna be able to just go to the store and pick up all this stuff. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna have to give up some of the dresses and the shoes and all this extra stuff that you had. You know, all these little creature comforts and stuff. Something's about to change, and you'll find out real quick. You'll find out real quick. You'll also find out real quick if your wife was submitted to you when you start taking a stand on something. When you start to take a stand, when you start to say, hey, look, this is what we're doing, okay? I shall not be moved. And she ceases to follow you. You're going to find out real quick if you need to acquiesce or genuflect to your wife. It's up to you. You'll find out how often you had to compromise. Shalom, shalom, Hebrew homestead. Okay? You'll find out real fast how much you had to compromise. You'll find out real fast when you start to take a stand. You look back on all the things that you bought in the past. Was it your decision? Was it a we decision? You have to think about that. You have to think about all those things making this transition. Now I'm going to move forward because I believe Most High wants me to do just that. I think he wants me to perceive the danger and hide myself, for opening my eyes, for information coming across my desk, from brothers giving me a warning and stuff. You hear all the things that are going on. You hear the unrest when it comes to the military in the United States and other countries ready for war. They're bearing up, ready for war. You talk about economically. Look at all these other countries. You know, look at China and Japan, and look at some of the other East Indian countries and stuff like that. What are they doing? They're buying up gold by the boatloads, precious metals and stuff by the boatloads. They're divesting themselves of the American dollar. Okay, if you know, the American dollar is the petrodollar, right? So when they hold oil and stuff, they hold it in American money. But that's about to change. And I can go on and on of all the things that are starting to happen. Look at, there's going to be changes in interest rates, and it's going to start an economic downturn, which could start civil unrest. So there's a lot of things that I've been warned and looking at, and like, hey, you know what? Got to do something with it. I understand that our economy is propped up right now. I understand that. What's going on? Shalom, brother, House of Colette. Bless you and your household. TBIC up. I understand those things that are. I get it. I get it. The question is, if you hear this, see, having information is one thing, right? Having a little information is one thing. It's the action part that a lot of us miss. What are you going to do about it? Okay? Now you research, what are you going to do about it? Okay? All right? You've been told, this is like not new information. You've been told, prepare, move out of the cities, come out of her, my people, stack up precious metals, silver and gold. Okay, awesome. You need to speak with me. Okay, no problem. Send me an email. If you need to talk to all the brothers, it's blessings to you in your house as well. Thank you. If you need to speak with me, you can speak. If you need to email me directly, then you can just do it at FOI Bible Studies at inbox.com, at inbox.com. It's FOI Bible Studies with an S at inbox.com. However, if you want to talk to any of the five brothers, is TBIC5 at yahoo.com. TBIC5 at yahoo.com. But you've heard us say over and over and over, come out of the city, okay? Come out of the city. All right? You hear it. What are you gonna do? You buy some silver, buy gold. What are you gonna do? Get out of debt. What are you gonna do? And of course, what me and the brothers are doing, what we're trying to do is give the biblical model of community. That's all we're trying to promote. We're trying to, two things. We're trying to show that we're doing it. We're living what we're saying. Okay, we believe what we're saying. We're trying to follow the Bible. Okay, we're trying to follow what the Word says, and we're willing to do it. That's why we're showing you. That's why we're talking to you. Okay, that's why my brothers, they're over there, and they're filming. They're right there on their land. They're living it. They're growing their gardens. Okay, they're building up their houses. They're doing all these type of things. Okay. So the question is, what are you going to do? We've been talking about it. We've been talking about community. We're introducing the biblical model. Shalom. Okay, no, I didn't have this one scheduled, Sister Rosie, UK. I didn't have this one scheduled, so no apologies needed. But we've been standing behind this new model. Me and my brothers in the faith, hey, we're just saying, look, let's look at the biblical model of it. This whole transition. Okay, we have to be doers of the word. We read it, we say, okay, am I doing it? That's how we're supposed to approach the Bible. That's how we're supposed to approach it. And that's what we promote. That's what we're about. Okay, that's what we're talking about. That's exactly what we're about. That we want to be about it, and that's what we want to promote. Okay, so when we're talking about community, for example, because that's what I'm doing. I'm leaving so I can, go over there so I can be near the brethren, because I don't want to forsake the fellowship. Well, our motto is everyone has autonomy, meaning they are masters of their own land, their own property, right? And then we're trying to help our brethren, okay? Whether it be brothers or sisters with children, stuff like that, also do the same if they're true. But believe me, we're going to test their spirit. Believe me, we're going to check you out. Believe me, we're going to be looking at you. Because there's only a certain type of people that we want, and that is believers who actually want to do it. That's what we're looking at. So me and the elders, we'll look at this thing, and we're going to, we can't stop someone from moving here or there. We can stop them from moving on our land. We can stop that. But you can move wherever you want. But there's some people out there, there's some brethren out there who they're like, man, I really don't have the resources right now. And so they may want to become which I say intern, okay? I say intern because so many people are sensitive over titles and stuff. You say a servant, you say a handmaid, people get their feathers all ruffled and everything, okay? So that's just, okay. Anyway, so we'll just say intern. But some people may say, you know what, I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to afford my own land or, do those type of things. It's going to take too long and it'll be too late. Well, you can go to someone's land and intern. Same thing for the women, okay? You be a handmaid for some people who are already out, okay? Internship. And then you can do all those other things that that the Bible says, having all things in common, and be able to go from house to house and from land to land, and love thy neighbor, because your neighbor, that your brother, the one who's right there in fellowship with that's your neighbor, okay? You can do and the stranger who sojourn or joins himself to your house and stuff. You can do that too. You can do that too as well. All these things are here. It's written for us to learn and to glean from, right? And some people, well, I don't know if that matters if we're gonna do this, and how are we gonna, you can't go against, the government and all that. Nobody's trying to go against the government. What are you talking about? Okay, it's gonna be the prepared versus the unprepared. That's what it's gonna be. This is not us versus government. Okay, no one's thinking like that. But even in captivity, some people are like, well, I don't know if it makes no use, if it is any use. Let me look at this one scripture real quick, because I think, and it's when Israel was in captivity. So let me look. You guys forgive me for doing right there, because I didn't plan on doing it right away. So let me look at this one script. I want to. And I think it's in Jeremiah. Oh, yeah, it is. It is Jeremiah. So, in Jeremiah 29, okay, this is in captivity, okay? So, Jeremiah 29 in verse 5 through 7, it says, build ye houses and dwell in them, and plant gardens and eat the fruit of them. Okay, he said, take ye wives and beget sons and daughters. Take wives for your sons and give your daughters to husbands, that they may bear sons and daughters, that ye may be increased there and not diminished. What else? And seek the peace of that city, whither I have caused you to be carried away captives. Are we not in captivity right now? Okay. And pray unto the Lord for it, for in the peace thereof shall ye have peace. So we're seeking peace. We're seeking peace and brotherly love. But that's for the people who believe in the Most High, who wants to serve the Most High. So it's in captivity, right there, in captivity. So wherever he has scattered, where he caused us to be carried away captive. Is not America one of the places where the children of Israel were caught away captive? Because I know people say, oh, well, just get out, and they want to flee and go to other countries and all this other stuff. You can do that if you want, or you can do what the Bible says. Yes, we are definitely in captivity. Definitely in captivity. Okay, there's really not much to debate. Definitely in captivity. But in Jeremiah 29, he was just saying, hey, you're here now. You're in captivity now. I tell you what you can do, and this is what the Lord wanted you to do. Build some houses. When we get out there in the community, what do we want to do? We want to help build each other. The brethren. We want to help build each other's houses and dwell in them. What else? We want to plant gardens. All the brethren are talking about planting gardens and doing it. Okay? They show you right there while they're doing it. They eat right from the fruit of the land. Why is that important? For those who are not getting it, the reason that is important is because, I don't know, well, what are you going to do when those trucks stop going to the grocery store? And they come like every 3 days or so. What are you going to do if that stops? And like I told you in other videos, when you talk about like the Great Depression and stuff like that, those who were on the farm in really rural areas, they didn't even know there was a depression. Why? Because 80-90% of everything that they eat, they grow it or they go get it from a neighbor down the street. They didn't go to the grocery store every 10 minutes, every day. They just didn't. The grocery store out there in the backyard. They need some rice, some grains. They go trade, go barter with another farmer or something like that. That's why. And then what happened after the industrial age, we get tapped into the system, the assembly line comes up and people start moving to the cities and they start getting these jobs and living in apartments and then getting into, some homes, homes where you have, I don't know, not even an acre, you have a couple of feet, you have a lot, okay? You have a little lot to put your stuff on, okay? So, like you said, you're called to hide yourself, to deliver yourself. He'll tell you some things to do. Like, just like with Noah, what did he do? He told him, hey, okay, build an ark. I'm going to deliver you, but you got to do something. You got to take action. So if I expect him to deliver me, then I need to take some actions, especially when he's telling us what to do. Okay? Didn't the Messiah say, okay, when you see Jerusalem compassed about, head for the mountains, go hide yourself, flee. Yeah, they got 0.25, a quarter of an acre, you know what I'm saying? Where back in the rule, they have an acre or 40, an acre or 80 acres. They have acres, elbow room. Okay, you need to get on the phone to talk to your neighbor, your next neighbor, because your next neighbor could be, 20 acres away or more. So this is what I'm talking about. This transition. And it's going to take a lot of courage. It's going to take some guts. It's going to take you and I to gird up our loins and see what we're made of. Get it done. Got to get it done. Like I said, those are those three components. Hearing it, teaching it, doing it. So that's what I was, asking myself. Okay, am I doing it? Am I doing it? Am I doing it? Not quite. I'm not quite doing it. Not yet. I don't feel like, I'm not, trust me, I don't feel like, oh yeah. I feel like, yeah, I'm doing it, I'm getting it done. No, I don't feel that way at all. Not quite. Not quite. But I will. I'm working on it. Okay? I'm doing it. Put my hand to the plow and I'm not gonna look back. I'm not gonna look back. When I get going, I'm going, I'm gonna keep it pushing. I'm keeping it pushing. So, that's it. I don't want to hold you guys too long or anything like that. I'm just gonna go ahead and end it, close it. That's my transition. And I encourage all of us to be ye doers of the word. Okay? Anybody who wants to join themselves with us, make yourself known. Let us know. Send us an email, okay? tdic5@yahoo.com, and let us know. Okay? Talk to us. All right? Who you are, if you feel the same way. Let's get to know one another. All right, so understand that. Shout out to my brother David Burdett. Shout out to House of Colette. Shout out to Following Ashura. Shout out to my brother Manny. Shout out Andre, everybody, all the brothers, okay? Shout out all the brothers. And shout out for any of the brothers who follow us and the word is starting to, get known. I mean, get out, and it's starting to get in on you. You're starting like, wow, there is a different way we can do community. Because there is a different way you can do community. And at the end of the month, we're going to be, I think we're going to do a show. Me and Following Sure might do a little show if it fits into his schedule. And we're going to be talking about community on the Big Talk for You. And it's at the end of the month. I think it's the 27th or 28th. I'll give you guys some more details later, but it's a Friday. So let me look at the calendar real quick. So yeah, next week is 27th. Should be 27th, okay? So on the 27th, we'll get you guys the information for that Debate Talk for You. And we're going to talk about it because we're going to go ahead and spread the biblical model. I'm not going to say the new model of community. We're going to spread the biblical model of community. All right? So appreciate it. TBIC up. Talk to you guys soon. Let's be doers of the words. Israelite Prepper.